In 1996, El Camino College head coach John Featherstone made his 12th season at the helm a year to remember. Over the previous 11 years, he had guided the Warriors to 4 Orange County Bowl appearances, 5 Mission Conference titles, and a national championship. But this season was supposed to be a rebuilding year. The young Warriors would face a strong schedule. Nevertheless, Featherstone remained optimistic. And sure enough, Warrior football was ready to rumble. November 2nd, 1996, Long Beach City, a preseason favorite to capture the Mission Conference, visits El Camino. From the opening minutes, it's apparent that the high-flying Viking offense will meet a brick wall. 4 wins in their first 6 games have brought the Warriors to a must-win conference clash. They want this one badly. The blue-clad defenders play with a passion that stymies their highly regarded foe. On the ground, in the air, in every phase of the game, Long Beach is relegated to secondary status. The team to watch tonight goes by the name Warriors. Andre Hilliard's interception sets the stage for a bit of razzle-dazzle. Damian Ward lateral to Damon Gordine, whose long toss to Marcus McKinley resulted in the first ECC score. The Warrior defense made sure that the second quarter script remained the same. Another ECC pick would gain the same result, a quick score. This time, Damian Ward found his favorite target, the elusive Corey McCoy. A heads-up recovery by Brian Jones helped the Big Blue maintain possession, and the drive was capped moments later by a Mark Redable touchdown reception. Now, it was time to unleash the ground game. Derek Norris split the defense, and the ultimate result was yet another score. Corey McCoy's TD scamper was capped by a Brian Mahankey field goal. That kick would soon loom large. Long Beach City came to life in the second half, and it was the opportunistic El Camino defense that stemmed the tide. A Viking rally was slammed shut in furious fourth quarter action. Big plays by Andre Hilliard and Marcus DeVries sealed the stunning victory. When the gun sounded, ECC had recorded a 24-23 upset, serving notion to the nation's toughest conference. Watch out for these guys. The old Warrior magic still has the touch. Over the past 12 years, John Featherstone and his staff have been responsible for more than 200 El Camino football players going to major college football programs. And 20 of those have signed NFL contracts. What makes Warrior football so special? Listen.
Hi, I'm Derek Deese, former Warrior, now offensive guard for San Francisco 49ers. I played here in 88 and 89 on 2 championship teams. The coaching I got here was unbelievable. You know, I haven't changed anything. I played on a Super Bowl team in 1994 for the 49ers, and my technique is the same as it was here. You know, I credit Coach Ingle with everything I got here. They care about you, first of all, off the field, and then on the field, secondly. And it's one of those things where they're going to try to do their best to get you out of here, you know, with an AA degree if you need, and if you don't, you know, get you on your way to a university. And basically, there's no lying going on. You know, it's one of those things where if you can play, you're going to play. El Camino is a place where I belong. You know, I'm going to bleed Warrior and die Warrior, and I play with the 49ers now. And every year, it's always, our goal is always to win the Super Bowl. It's never, you know, get there. It's always win it. And that's how it is here. You know, it's not never we're going to get to the championship or we're going to get to a bowl game. It's always win it. And you're going to have to be that kind of an athlete to come here and play. But the feeling, you know, coming through the tunnel every week and coming out on this field and dealing with the crowd and the band, everything going, it's not marked anywhere else. You know, there's no other junior college, I believe, that we went to that gave you that same feeling. And it's one that I always will remember.
On defense, the list of recent Warrior stars include Cotton Bowl standouts Omar Morgan and Chris Ellison of BYU, and San Diego State's Dan Dorsey. In every part of the game, ECC football has produced first-rate stars, and give credit to a first-rate group of coaches. It begins with defense and a staff featuring coordinator and linebackers coach Walt Justice, coordinator and defensive backs coach Steve Schmitz, defensive line coach Jim Bunyard, assisted by Mark Sager, and former Warrior and linebackers coach Kaiser Noah. ECC excelled at the point of attack. The defensive line stifled offenses with a dazzling combination of speed, strength, and sheer aggressiveness. Standouts included sophomore team captain Billy McDaniel, number 75, an All-America selection. Number 48, co-captain Marcel DeVries, was a two-time All-Conference choice. He tied with McDaniels for the team lead in sacks with 5 apiece. Number 62, defensive end Michael Franz, voted the team's most inspirational player, was a definite contributor, alongside number 72, Damian Martinez, number 85, Terrell Gardner, number 63, co-captain Stephen Davis, and number 67, Chris Safua. Depth was the hallmark of this aggregation. Witness the heroics of number 97, Faitala Muagotutia, and number 90, Anthony Cornelius. The Warrior linebacking core featured a pair of all-conference choices. Inside backer Al Narin, number 42, was simply outstanding in his debut, and teamed with outside backer Juan Jimenez, number 17, to terrorize opponents. Jimenez led the team in unassisted tackles, assisted tackles, fumbles caused, and sticks. Sophomore Stephen Akawili, number 55, added yet another dimension to a mobile, immovable group of backers. In the offense-minded Mission Conference, good secondary play is essential to success. El Camino was blessed with outstanding speed and savvy in what was to become a stellar defensive backfield. The primary force was number 7, Andre Hilliard, who specialized in both stifling coverage and spectacular hits. The super sophomore was an all-conference selection. Hilliard tied for the team lead in interceptions with number 21, All-State Eric Barnes. Each picked off 4 errant aerials. Number 3, Chaka Thomas, did a fine job at cornerback and on special teams. Number 5, Casey Gordine, was also a real contributor, as was number 29, freshman DB Randy Tucker. Number 24, Maxell Williams, was a big play performer. His 13 unassisted tackles against Pasadena City College keyed a huge ECC victory. A lightning-fast secondary, a punishing core of linebackers, and a rock-solid defensive line. El Camino would need all parts in perfect synchronization as they faced rival Mount Sac. The final obstacle to a bowl berth and a conference crown. From the get-go, it would be a war. As usual, it was defense that provided the foundation for the lightning offensive assault. Corey McCoy's first quarter touchdown catch stunned Mount Sac, and a second Warrior 6-pointer would not be long in coming. Mark Redaball's reception set up McCoy's second score of the first 15 minutes, and ECC would need all the points it could muster. Trailing in the third quarter, a Damian Ward to Darte Frierson bomb kept the Warriors within striking distance. And in the final minutes of the period, the Warriors marched again. Key passes to Corey McCoy and Brian Mahankey closed out the quarter, and a change of direction would not halt the El Camino comeback. Once again, it was McCoy dancing his way to pay dirt, but the Warriors still trailed by 8. Could the defense hold? No question. With time running out, Damian Ward darted from the pocket and looked long. Touchdown to Corey McCoy. A 2-point conversion attempt to tie. Short yardage quarterback Damon Gordine is flushed out of the pocket, looks into the end zone, complete. We go to overtime. It doesn't take long to complete an amazing comeback. 2 plays from scrimmage, and El Camino is up by 7. Now it's Mount Sac's turn. 3rd and 2. Nothing. Fourth down. Unbelievably, the underdog Warriors pull off the shocker of the season. The doubters have now disappeared to be replaced by grudging admirers from all quarters. El Camino's fifth Orange Bowl appearance of the Featherstone era and the eighth bowl appearance of his 12 seasons would showcase the pride of El Camino football, the nation's most exciting offense. Over the past 12 years, John Featherstone's offensive stars have filled the ranks of college football's elite.
Hi, my name is Brian Reeves. I'm a former Warrior. I attended Carson High, and I have 3 years NFL experience, 2 years with the Arizona Cardinals, and 1 year with the Washington Redskins. Well, my experience at El Camino College was a memorable one. I attended Arizona State right out of high school, and things didn't work out there, so I decided to transfer, and the first place that I wanted to transfer was El Camino. I knew they had a great tradition, football tradition, and they had great coaches, and the football program was top-notch in the state of California. You're not going to be able to play football all your life. You're not going to be able to play sports all your life, so you need education to fall back on, and that's one thing that they stressed here at El Camino College. Well, that's one thing, the reason why I came to El Camino, because I knew they were defending national champions the year before I got here, and I wanted to come in. I wanted to win a championship. I was used to winning, and coming here, I knew that we were going to win. It's just that you wanted to be around that. You wanted to be around players who knew they were going to win and wanted to win, and that's what I experienced here at El Camino. And this stadium, it's still a great stadium. I did a lot of work in this stadium. I worked out here in the off season when I did attend El Camino, and every year that I came back, I come here and work out. And the stadium, just being in the stadium, it just makes you want to just perform. And it was a lot of fun walking down that tunnel. The blue smoke at the end, you get to stop, can't nobody see you, and then all of a sudden you just come running through the blue smoke. That's just an automatic rush, and it just gets you ready to play. And
every big play brings back memories of Heisman candidate Steve Sarkisian of BYU, Michigan wideout Russell Shaw, San Diego State's Leandrew Childs, Wyoming's David Seraph, and NFL star Aaron Craver of the Denver Broncos. These men would lead their successors into the 1996 Orange Bowl. Offensive coordinator and line coach Gene Engel, coordinator and quarterback coach Fred Peterson, running backs coach Rico Perez, wide receivers coach Latario Rochelle, who was recently signed by the San Diego Chargers, and O-line coach Damian Waters. The men in the trenches toil in the shadows, but their legs are the pistons that drive the fabled El Camino offense. In 1996, the Warrior front five once again dominated enemy defenses. All-conference pick Enna Usu, recently signed by Arizona, was ably supported by a host of talented teammates. Center Martin Torria, guards Brian Teofilo, Carlos De Jesus, and Carldrin Knight, and 300-pounders Robert Grundy and Peter Tawil. All-conference tight end Mark Redeval was an inspiring blocker and able receiver as well. Number 87 could be counted on for clutch catch and carries in key situations. The man who got him the football was a multi-dimensional magician named Damian Ward. The freshman find could do it all with his arm, his feet, and his head. An innate sixth sense provided uncanny decision-making ability, and the result had big play written all over it. Under his guidance, the Warriors averaged almost 380 yards per game and 5.5 yards per play. As well as he ran the ball, Ward's ticket to the end zone was his right arm. His 22 completions per game led the conference, as did his 2,800 yards through the air. During the course of the campaign, it became obvious that Ward was blessed with more than great ability. He had a magnificent group of receivers as well. The conference's number one pass receiver wore a pair of number ones on his back. Number 11, Damon Gourdine, also wore El Camino colors, while wearing out opposing secondaries. Recently signed by San Diego State, his 711 yards and 5 touchdowns led to all-conference honors in his freshman year. If defenses thought they could key on Gourdine, they were forced to think twice. Corey McCoy, a multi-talented running back, grabbed 49 catches for 665 yards and a conference-leading 8 touchdowns. Number 1 became the league's third leading receiver en route to first-team All-State honors. He moves on to Colorado State. On the ground, McCoy was equally unstoppable. His running skills provided the perfect complement to the Warrior aerial attack, forcing defenses to play honest in the face of awesome weaponry. Running backs Derek Norris, number 6, and Don J. Hardaway, number 35, also did yeoman work in a supporting role. Soften up with the ground attack, destroy through the air. That philosophy has served the Warriors well during the Featherstone years, and 1996 was no exception. In addition to Gordine, McCoy, and Redeval, ECC receivers included number 9, Brian Jones, number 8, Marcus McKinley, number 20, Brian Mahankey, and number 18, Darte Frierson. With the offense and defense in high gear, a third dimension to excellence was the play of special teams. Under the direction of kickers coach Bill Barlow, ECC special teamers came up big. All-State punter Micah Barrett was simply sensational. Number 21, Eric Barnes, was a first-team all-conference selection as return specialist, an honor well-deserved. In the air, on the ground, from first down to fourth down, the 1996 Warrior offense was virtually unstoppable. Only one more opponent and 60 minutes of pulse-pounding action would stand between El Camino College and an incredible Orange triumph. Grossmont College entered this game as a heavy favorite, which was just fine with El Camino. The rare underdog role was tailor-made for this team, and early action saw Warrior football go toe-to-toe against the highly regarded Griffins. Eric Barnes' electrifying punt return served notice that El Camino was a force to be reckoned with, and a surprisingly effective ground game tore off huge chunks of yardage, keeping the ball away from the Quicksilver Grossmont offense. First half action quickly evolved into a dramatic seesaw affair, with neither team giving an inch. A Mark Redeval reception set up a Corey McCoy touchdown for the only Warrior points of the first half. Down 14-7 at the break, the ECC defense stuffed their white-clad opponents in the third period. And it was time for Corey McCoy to take center stage. His second score of the afternoon signaled a shift in momentum. A point hammered home with his third TD catch moments later, tying the game. When Grossmont went long, Eric Barnes was in perfect position for the pick. The game would not be deadlocked much longer. A picture-perfect pass from Ward to Derek Norris was a prelude to Corey McCoy's fourth score of the game. Although Grossmont scored twice to regain the lead, a blocked point-after attempt would prove critical. Less than 5 minutes left. Down by 6, Damian Ward would showcase the poise of a veteran. First, he connected with Damon Gordine for a big gainer. Now, with all eyes on Corey McCoy, Ward would do the seemingly impossible. He would go to McCoy yet again. Unbelievable. Touchdown number 5 for the unstoppable Corey McCoy. El Camino leads by 1. Grossmont mounts a furious rally, but the Warriors are more than equal to the challenge. The ever-present Juan Jimenez makes a diving interception, and the Warriors are but a first down away from running out the clock. Third and short, coaches Featherstone and Peterson confound everyone in the stadium with a brilliant call. A Corey McCoy pass to Marcus McKinley. It's all over. In the gathering gloom, El Camino celebrates a simply impossible triumph. Once again, John Featherstone, his staff, and the El Camino Warriors reign supreme. A triumph composed of equal parts talent, togetherness, and mental toughness. Year number 12 of the Featherstone era will go down as an example of grace under pressure and victory over the odds. 1996, A year to remember.